Hello and welcome everyone to Tarot Tuesday. This is your opportunity to get a free mini reading, get some insight, and collaborate with this amazing community that we are building on YouTube, full of light workers, light seekers, heart-centered people, other empaths, sensitives, intuitives. So come on in, make yourselves comfortable, and feel free to chat your questions, your comments, say hello in the comment section. So before we get started, and as people are coming in, I always like to start with a little concept, right? So today I asked Spirit, what do we need to talk about? What would be a topic that would really be of service? And the big thing that came back to me was this concept of soulmates, right? So, do I believe in soulmates? Yes. Do I believe in the traditional definition of soulmate, the Hollywood version, though there's only one soulmate? No. So, my definition of soulmate is people who come into our lives for however long to teach us about love. It's that simple. And a lot of times, those soulmates teach us by contrast. So it's not always sunshine and rainbows. Sometimes those contrasty situations really are the lessons that we need so that we can turn our love onto ourselves instead of seeking that external validation or the external love. So so soulmates come in all kinds of shapes, sizes, people, circumstances, all of that. They come as lovers, they come as friends, they come as besties, they come as acquaintances, they come as our children, our ancestors, our pets. I mean, the people who and animals who really speak to our soul, they get our attention, right? And so, anybody who sticks, and it could be for a year, it could be for a month, it could be for 10 years, it could be for a lifetime. There is no expiration on soulmate relationships, right? And so, one of my first experiences with a soulmate that I was aware of was when I was about 9 years old. And I was in elementary school, and my class, for whatever reason, had a substitute teacher. She was a long-term sub. She was in our school for about maybe 3 months. I really can't remember the length of time, but she was like the most angelic woman I had ever met in my life. I was in love with this woman. She was tall, she was slight, she looked like an angel. She had curly blonde hair, big blue eyes. She had the sweetest voice, and she taught us music, and she taught us through her heart. She was just so kind. And guess what her name was? Her name was Mrs. Love. Love. I mean, it doesn't get any more clear than that. And so Mrs. Love was my sub for a while. And when I was little like that, we used to be able to ride our bikes out and about by ourselves, and until the sun came down and all that stuff. And I remember riding my bike and stumbling onto where she lived. She was outside doing some gardening or watering or something. And so I was really surprised. I was like, oh my God, it's Mrs. Love. And she invited me in her house. I met her children, and she gave us snacks. And then I remember wanting to live there, and I wanted her to be my mother, and I just thought that she was the most soft, amazing, beautiful person I had ever met. My childhood was very rocky and unstable and scary. So she was this soft place for me to land and go to every day. I was so excited to go to school. As a result of it, I became a school teacher myself because of the influence that she had on me in my life. And so one day we're in class. I remember I was wearing a purple poncho, and she was writing an address on the board, and it was something, something, something Orange Blossom Road. And it was in the town that was about 30 miles away from us, like in Turlock. So I was raised in Modesto. And so here she is writing this address down and telling us with sadness in her eyes that she was moving and that her time at our school was coming to an end. I remember my life just crashing, like everything stopped. My world stopped. My heart stopped. And I thought, no, she can't go. She can't go. And she was writing her address on the board because she said, and she was looking at me, I kid you not, when she wrote this, she goes, should you need anything, you know where to find me. You can write letters to me. I will be here. This is my house. Write me a letter and I will write you back and I will be in contact. I know she knew that my life was, or my childhood was tumultuous and my home life was chaotic. I know I'm not alone, right? But I know that there was a special bond with her. So anyway, during the summer, a few months had passed. She was gone. I was heartbroken, but I had a plan. I wrote down her address and I knew that I was going to escape one day and I was going to run away to her house. And, when you're 9, anything is possible. We're G.I. Joe and G.I. Jane, and it's like, get out of my way. So one day we were going on a family trip to the lake in Turlock. So I heard, Turlock, we're going to the Turlock Lake. Oh my God, this is my opportunity. So I had a master plan that I was going to watch all the address signs, the street signs. And when I saw Orange Blossom Road, we had a family van. We had a pretty big family. I was going to open that door and slide it open and jump and roll out. And then I was going to run away and find Mrs. Love's house, and she would adopt me and I would live happily ever after. So obviously that didn't happen. I couldn't find Orange Blossom Road. It never appeared. And so we went to the lake. We had a pretty decent day out on the lake with the family. And then, she just made this impact on my life. I had never seen her since. I don't even think I ever wrote her. But here I am all these years later, still thinking of her, loving her, knowing beyond a shadow of a doubt that she was definitely a soulmate of mine, one of my very first ones that I was ever conscious of. So they come in all kinds of different flavors, right? They come in all kinds of different ways. And I think one of the stumbling blocks that we have as humans, we get really wrapped up into the romantic relationships and thinking that that person is a soulmate forever. I will say that they are a soulmate, absolutely. And they're here to teach you something about love and to teach you something about yourself. And it could be through contrast, or it could be through exactly what it is that you want, right? So I guess the message about soulmates to me is they come in unexpected forms, right? And to be open to the people who resonate with you, the people who you connect with, romantic or not, right? And then the romantic ones, to leave them alone a little bit, hands off, gloves off. We don't have to control the situation. We don't have to direct the situation. We can be curious and to see, just like all the other relationships, what is this about? Where is this leading? This is fun. This is exciting. Or maybe it's not so fun and maybe I need to leave. I don't know. So just stay open and adaptable and flexible when it comes to those romantic soulmate relationships, especially, right? Because that Disney expectation of them to last and lock them down forever and ever, and they're yours, is delusional, right? Nobody belongs to us. And there's no such thing as, yeah, you complete me kind of stuff. You are whole and complete as you are. Your romantic relationships are the dessert, the top, the yay, the let's do this, right? So anyway, enough of that. I'll get off my soapbox about the soulmate situation. But if you have any questions about that, feel free to chime in and ask away. Okay, so Nancy says, Chelsea, subscribe. Thanks, Chelsea. Kathy's here. Hey, Kathy. Okay, so if I don't read your message, then maybe write it again, because sometimes Queen Nadine is here. Hey, Queen. Kathy Cesaris is here. Hey, Kathy. So a lot of times I use an app so I can be on Facebook and YouTube, and sometimes all of the messages don't come through. So if I don't see them, I have my YouTube here, and then I have the app with both chats there. But I don't have a separate Facebook one. So especially if you're on Facebook and I don't respond to you, then please write it again, okay? So I'm not ignoring you. And yes, this is live, and I will get to as many people as possible. So I appreciate you subscribing. This is great. So those of you who have been with me for a while, you know that this is a new year intention to grow this amazing heart-centered tribe on YouTube, so we can bring the light to this world, to share it. We had a healing circle on Sunday. We're just going to continue to bring the light so we can keep ourselves inspired, we can keep our vibrations high, we can manifest well, we can affect the energies around us, we can put love on a lot of stuff that needs it. It's kind of dark out there, folks, if you haven't noticed. And so we need to bring the light and be the peace and pay like the Martin Luther King energy forward. That is my goal. That is my intention for my entire life. So I'm so happy that you guys are here to share this energy with me and to grow and expand this. But for now, let's talk about you. So what would you like to look into? I have 4 decks of cards here. I have 2 decks of angel cards, and then I have 2 decks of tarot. So let me know if you would prefer an angel card or angel cards. I'll probably pull a couple, and then the tarot cards, same thing, and then ask your question. Or if you just want to see what spirit has to say today to you, then just ask for a card. Okay, so let's go ahead and dig in and see what the heck is going on. Okay, Nancy, I see your question. I may have misstepped in a sensitive relationship. Need insight. Do you want to tell any more, or is that, let me just see what's going on with that, okay? And then keep those questions coming. And I'm going to use my Light Seers Tarot for this one, okay? Okay, so this is for Nancy. Misstepped in a relationship. What does she need to know? What is the bigger purpose? Let's see what that is about. The 9 of Wands. So the 9 of Wands in this one, this is a new deck for me. I'm going to have to look it up with the traditional 9 of Wands. Sorry, just hold on just one sec. I know the traditional tarot like the back of my hand, but the new ones, oh yeah, okay. Got it. All right. So this is telling me actually, Nancy, that it's not as bad as you think. So there's the 9 of Wands, and the traditional one is that the wounded warrior. So he's standing in front of his 9 wands. He's holding one, and then he's got a bandage around his head. So there's a feeling of, uh-oh, I messed up, waiting for the other shoe to drop, all of that. And so the deal is, I'll pull another one for even more clarity on that from the traditional. The deal is that it's not as bad as it seems, and that you have plenty. You have all the resources behind you. You have a relationship that is strong. So all things are looking good. There's that worrisome that you're projecting, And so you can rest assured that there is love in this relationship. You're kind of bringing some past stuff into the present moment, and spirit wants you to let that go and know that it's not necessary. And then I want to ask a little bit more. I want to say tell me about the outcome of this relationship. Okay, so we have the Knight of Swords, speedy recovery, So whatever you need to do, if you need to make amends or um, take some space, whatever it is that needs to happen, I just know that it's not as bad as you think, okay? And there is a foundation that's already there. The 9, there's a lot of foundation that's already there. So don't discount that, and know that we all step into that every now and again. We bring our projections or our paranoid thoughts into the present moment, but that's really not the case. So it's okay. Make amends, do what you need to do, that all is well with that. Okay, let's see. Glasses time. Maybe I won't take these off. Alrighty, Queen Nadine, Amber. Hey, Amber, it's been a while. I'm glad you're back. For the past 6 months, my ex-boyfriend has been reaching out to me on and off. Can you tell me what he wants? Thank you, love and light. Absolutely. Let's pull. I'm going to keep going with this, the Light Seers Tarot. It's a really cool deck, but I have to get a little bit accustomed to the symbols. It's very imaginative though. Okay, Amber and her boyfriend. What does he want? Spirit, what is he looking for? What does he want? Thank you for telling us and keeping us informed. What does he want? Okay, so I get the Strength card. So let me pull some more out. So it's clearly he's wavering in his strength to stay away, and he's probably testing your resolve as well. So I wonder if he's waiting or looking for a way back in, Let me clarify with the other deck. I love this little system I have. So I like clarifying with the traditional Queen of Cups. Okay, so I am getting that. He is testing, clarifying, trying to figure out where you are emotionally on this. Like, are you done? Are you donezo? He's feeling things out. He's taking your pulse because he could come back. He could, if you gave him the opening, if you opened that door, he would walk through it. I want to see if this is true from the cards, but intuitively, that's exactly how I feel. He's just seeing if it's safe, Does he want back? Yeah, it looks like he's done some work on himself and he's a bit sad. So it's 6 of Swords energy here, where he is doing some work on himself and healing some of his stuff. But I mean, it's entirely up to you if you want to open that door or not. But I feel that you are somebody that he trusts as well with his heart and with maybe even giving him advice. So I see him being kind of in a vulnerable place where he's doing some healing around his heart and, maybe making amends or doing something like that is on his list of things to do. So I would, as long as you trust yourself, I would respond and say, and ask him, what is it that you would like? He doesn't seem like he's got a whole lot of words. You might have to pull it out of him, but it looks like he's looking for some reconciliation or some peace around the relationship. So yeah, feel it out and, only do that which you want to do and what you feel moved to do. I hope that helps. Okay, Kathy says, I'll take a general reading. Okay, Kathy, let me know too, guys, if you want angel or tarot or both. I can do both. So Kathy, let's do the angel therapy. Let's start with that. Kathy, what do the angels have to say to you or let you know? Okay, so this one says, heal away addictions. It's time to let go of behaviors that are blocking you from your heart's desire. Ask Archangel Raphael to help you with this healing. So addictions come in all kinds of shapes and sizes, you know. So I look at this as that when we have a habit, it could be even a mental habit, it could be a physical habit, but any kind of habitual loopy energy that just keeps us stuck, having the same thought, the same thing. For you, it does feel like a thought process that keeps you stuck. You know, it's a loopy loop. So let's ask for some healing around that so you can break the loop and set yourself free. Right? And it does feel like to me a thought that maybe you have really grown accustomed to, that you have turned into maybe even a belief. So examine those things that you're holding on to really tightly and look and see if that's true for you anymore, or if there's wiggle room for you to heal that away so that you can get to the other side, right? And then let's clarify with tarot. What more does Kathy need to know? Okay, so Kathy, you got the angel, you got it. Okay, do you mind if I clarify with a tarot? Okay, yeah, it's just time to walk away from something that is no longer serving you, right? And to get that healing on it. So you will know what that is, right? I don't want to get all too personal and up in your business online, but I will in a private reading if you want to. Okay, so Queen Nadine says, can I have an angel card, please? Absolutely. So typically I take these 2 angel card decks and I mix them together, but I just sorted through them yesterday and I don't want to mess them up again. So how do I want to do this? Because the combined energy is so much better. Okay. Yeah, let's mix them up. Let's mix them up. Boop, 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 boop. So easy to mix them up and mess them up, and it takes so much longer to sort them through again. But I like it. Okay, Nadine, I want to pick 2 angel cards for you. Okay, what does Nadine need to know the most for her highest good? Mediumship, Nadine. No surprise that you're here, right? You have the natural ability to connect with departed loved ones. Beautiful card. So who's trying to get your attention, Nadine? Are you noticing little messages or thoughts that you're having about people who have passed? Are you thinking about them a lot? Guess what? It's because they're thinking about you and they're there. So tune in, maybe learn how to tap into mediumship even more so. And it's no surprise that you're here on this channel, right? So that shows me that you're very ready for that. I do believe that we all have the capability of doing that because spirit is always around. But it's not for everyone, right? But Nadine, apparently it is for you. And apparently they're trying to get your attention. So dig in. Okay, let's pull another one for Nadine. Earth Angel. Oh, yeah. Okay. Nadine, you are a light worker who has come to Earth to teach about love. Amazing. So, if you're not already doing this professionally, maybe it's time, or you are just that person in your circle who is the healer, the helper, the person that everybody comes to. But it's very clear, because you got two cards saying the same thing, basically, that you are, open and receptive and more available, more in tune to the fifth dimension, the beyond, beyond the five senses. So your intuition, your ability to sense is heightened and very strong and powerful. If you didn't already know that, I'm here to validate that for you and to invite you to grow it even more so, right? You can do that by taking classes, reading good books, coming to places like this, and continuing to pay your gifts forward. Okay, MJ. Hey, MJ. It's been a while. I remember you from when we used to do these. I'm going through a big breakup after 6 years. Am I on the right path? Thank you, Miranda. Am I on the right path? Breakup after 6 years. Okay, Miranda. Let's see what Spirit has to say about this period in your life. What does Miranda need to know for her greatest, highest good? Well, this one just dropped. Queen of Wands. I love it. So she just fell out of the deck. Queen of Wands really speaks to your leveling up, to being who you are meant to be. So it's like, once we get to that level, because I see the page, the knight, the queen, the king as like a hierarchy, different levels. So you have evolved to this level of queendom. You're at the top, where you're just not going to be messing around with the things that don't matter or that don't align with your value system and who you are and what you're here to do. So your Queen of Wands is really pulling you through this, to getting you to the other side of your magic, of your higher purpose, right? So let's pull an angel card too to see what other spirit guidance there is about this breakup. Okay, so it says, if you get nervous, focus on service. So going through this breakup, I'm sure, it's going to cause you anxiety, maybe some self-doubt. Did I do the right thing? And this card is really, really saying that chop wood, it's just get busy, stay in service, keep moving and just, taking care of whoever is in your reality, whoever's in your orbit, and focusing on that. And when we come from a place of service, it really does just eliminate the stuff that's taking up a lot of room in our heads and interfering with our progress. So I feel that your path is very clear and that you are evolving and elevating to a higher place. So I know that those self-doubts and those questions are just going to be there, but you'll see, you'll have the perspective that I do. You'll be able to look back and go, oh, okay, that needed to happen. I see it very clearly now. Okay, Amber says, thank you. You're welcome. Kathy says, shopping. Okay, she's shopping. Okay. And yay. Yes, thank you. Kathy says, Ari, the Pisces. Hey, Ari, what type of career in fashion should I do? Okay, let's see. What type of career in fashion should I do? Well, at least you're clear on your niche. Yep. Okay. Ari. Let's take a look and see. Okay, we have strength. But you know what? The interesting thing is, when I look at this card and I think of fashion and all that stuff, I see you fitting people, right? So what are we doing here with this strength card and fitting people and keeping people's mouths closed? Interesting. Let me clarify because I'm not sure on that. But the bigger spiritual message is here to keep your strength, right? And to the yellow energy is about your solar plexus, and it really speaks to only doing what you want, that personal power. So to keep the other stuff at bay, like the shoulds, people telling you what you should do and what has the highest, ROI and all that other stuff. Only do what you love, and then the money will come. That's how I see the world. So only do what is true to your heart, having the courage, all of that. And so what is that? What is that in the fashion world for Ari? Six of Swords. Don't know. So I'm not real clear because the message here is about healing. So I don't know how healing and fashion go hand in hand, but maybe you do. Let's pull from a different deck because I'm just not getting very clear messages. I always get those big spiritual messages, right? On how to manifest and all of that. Okay, Ari. Okay, now we have the Judgment, Reinvention. This one speaks to me more. Okay, so reinvention. This is, when I saw you dressing people, helping people reinvent themselves, so maybe you can help people reinvent their look. You can be I don't even know the words that we use because you can tell by what I'm wearing. I just don't. So what was her name? Zoe? I can't remember, but somebody who dresses other people. You know what I'm trying to say. Okay, so I hope that helps. And tell me the word because I can't remember. Okay, so we have Sarah. Hi, dear. Does G have romantic intentions toward me so far? My name is Sarah. Okay, Sarah, I'm going to pull from the Light Seers Tarot. And thank you all for being here, by the way, and spending your time with me. This is so much fun. I love doing this. I could do it all day. In fact, sometimes I do. But if you would like your own personal reading too, you can always go to my website and book a session. And that is charlenemurphy.com. I think all that stuff is in the description. Okay. Does G have romantic intentions toward Sarah? Okay, Sarah, let's see. G, Sarah. Thank you, Spirit. Queen of Cups. Your heart is open. It is definitely a heart situation. So here we go with the Queen of Cups. There is romantic feelings there. There is love. There is, the cups are all about intuition, love, relationship, romance. So that tells me that gives me a yes. Then let's see what else. What's going to happen next kind of stuff. Okay. So here we are in this budding relationship, it feels like. Okay. And then we have the Seven of Cups coming. And this, I wonder if this is on your side where, you're just like, well, there's many options. I'm not exactly sure in which direction to go. So I'm feeling that there's going to be a need for some clarity here coming up soon with the confusion. And it's just mild. It's like, do I want to? Do I not? I don't know. I'm not sure. And it's either coming from either parties, but I know that it's because there are feelings here, right? So this wouldn't even happen if we didn't have feelings that we have to like look at our feelings and go, oh, do I want to do this? Am I ready for this? So Can I peek into, I want to peek into an outcome because I don't want to leave you hanging on that. So just know that there are feelings, and there's going to be some, and then there's, the Six of Swords again. Six of Swords keeps coming up. And this is the card of healing and kind of moving on. So now I want to do a whole reading on you and see what the heck is coming in here. Okay, let's do one more card for, well, your question was answered. There are romantic intentions, right? Might be a little bumpy. And then there's the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune is always positive in my book. It's always change, things are changing. So it looks like it might be a little bumpy, like I'm not sure what to do. And then, this is bringing up stuff for me and I have to sort through them. And then, okay, now we're changing things. So I don't know if you were here when I was talking about the whole soulmate situation, but a lot of times that's why we have these soulmates that can help us process through our stuff. So when we fall in love and we have ideas that maybe this is a person for me right now, it brings up a lot of stuff. And so that stuff that bubbles up that a lot of people try to avoid, it's kind of impossible to avoid when you're in a romantic relationship. And now you have to deal with it, right? So it looks like there's going to be some twists and turns here, but yes, is your answer. Queen Nadine says, oh, wow. Yay. Get on with your, I want to call you the high priestess self. She says, thank you for such a lovely reading. You're very welcome. I'm wanting to expand my spiritual gifts, and this is my confirmation. Absolutely. Do it. The world needs you, Nadine. Bring the light. MJ, thank you so much. You've read for me once in person and twice on the phone. I knew your energy. I was like, okay, I recognize you. Sup4 says, thank you for your time and energy. Of course. Well, thank you for yours. True for me, could be both. Yes. I love it. Okay. And then we have exactly, I love when people help me in my journey and healing and grow together, hopefully. Yes. Yes. Okay. Wow. Lots of good questions, you guys. And you can ask questions that are personal. You can ask questions about the world. You can ask questions even about politics. I don't need to know what's going on with things because spirit will always shine through. In fact, doing readings for strangers is a lot easier than doing readings for people that I know and love because I have filters. And so the less I know about something, the more I can just go straight to it, because I don't know. But if I do know, then I'm like, rooting for you. I want the best for you. And I have to really put myself on a shelf. I have to do a lot of energy work to remove my agenda, remove my bias, remove all that stuff so I can be neutral, right? And so this is why we can ask anything and then see what spirit has to say as a result of that. Okay. All right, looks like a lot of fun energy over here on YouTube. I hope I'm not missing out on people on Facebook. If I am super sorry. But I don't have Facebook open and your questions are coming through my app and sometimes they get lost. Okay, so V says, hi. V, let me know if you would like a reading or if you would like to pull a card. And if anybody else would like more confirmation validation about what we've already talked about. Okay, so V says, I am gorgeous. Well, thank you, V. I got spirit shining through my face. And then goals. Okay, would like a reading. That would be awesome. Go for it. Okay, ask away. Okay, and then Sup 4 asks, if I can ask more than one question, would you like to give me any messages from my higher self on my mission or anything? Heck yeah. Okay, let's do that. And then I'll just wait for the other ones to come through. Okay. So for this one, for your higher self, I am going to actually, I'm going to pick this one. This one's Ask Your Spirit Guides. Okay. So this is for Sup. Ooh, one just flew right out. All right. So competition with the warrior guides. What's going on there? Competition, warrior guides. So whatever, let me read this to you and see what the heck is going on. And then I want you to have really open ears so you can hear what message is here for you. Open the window, get a little air. So this talks about arguments and conflicts. This is a time of conflict and challenge, pure and simple. No matter how you look at it, confrontation and discord are on the horizon. Others don't agree with you or see your perspective, and they don't intend to cooperate with you in any way. This could surface in such serious ways as legal battles, divorce proceedings, and contract negotiations, or it could just be an impasse with a spouse over a raised toilet. Well, that's a big, wide chasm. Whatever the issue, there's no immediate or easy resolution. You've attracted a worthy opponent, so prepare to go the distance. Okay, so what I get from this is that, you know, competition happens, battles happens, we fight with our loved ones and whatnot. And so this to me feels like the moon card in the tarot, where it's just contentious and blah, blah, blah. And so when I feel this energy of competition and that deeper wanting to fight kind of feeling, I know that there's no good ending to that, right? So when I feel that or see that, I know that it too will pass, but I also know to go take a time out, right? So I think of the moon card, and every time I think of the moon card, I think of the story of the werewolf. I think all this stuff is connected, seriously. So when we are affected by the energies, the high contentious energy of, say, the full moon, for example, you know, some of us, you know, respond very erratically. And so then, you know, that whole story of the werewolf kind of exemplifies that. And so if we know that we're going to be reactive to a situation, to lock ourselves in the dungeon for a night, you know, take a time out, take a break, so that we don't add fuel to the fire or make it worse, right? And so what another thing that I'm feeling is when you're in arguing, because it doesn't feel major, it feels minor, but this arguing can lead to bigger things, right? And so when you have the higher knowledge, or yeah, it's the higher knowledge, then you also have the responsibility to take the higher road, which means, you know, the person who knows the most has the most responsibility to turn it around, to walk away, not feed into it, not fight, uh, make it more passive, and to heal the situation to the best of your knowledge or to the best of your ability, you know, not to put all of that responsibility on you. It takes two or more. But that is the way it is. The person who has the higher knowledge also is tasked with the responsibility to do something. Because you know that saying, ignorance is bliss. There's a lot of people running around the planet who don't know what they're doing. They're a little on the cray. They're just responding emotional craziness. They're not looking at how they're affecting other people. They have no clue. So they're clueless. We can't expect them to all of a sudden, you know, take responsibility or accountability or to be the bigger person. So that's your message, is to be the bigger person. That was a long way of saying that, wasn't it? Okay. She's saying, I needed to hear this so much. Thank you. You're welcome. Okay, then there was V. How do my spirit guides see me? Okay, how do they see you? How the heck do your spirit guides see you? That's a good question. I don't think anybody's ever asked me that. Okay, V, spirit guides, thank you, show me, show us. Okay, they're telling me, V, that you're exhausted right now. They see you as, look at them. So here's your spirit guides helping you through the stuff that is just weighing you down, right? So they're showing us that you are tired. And that they're here to support you with that and to help you with it. So it's not like they're saying, blaming you for it or anything like that. They're saying that we've got your back, and whatever those challenges and whatever that is making you tired, that you're just done with, they're going, we understand, we got it, we got your back. And they're behind the scenes making changes. This is one thing I count on in my life personally and in everybody's life. I believe in divine timing, because there are spirit guides behind the scenes making things happen, changing this, changing that. But it's like, we have to wait for certain things to happen in order for all of the parts to sync together, right? And then when it does, it's like, game on, everything's magic. So anyway, V, Spirit has your back. Spirit most definitely has your back. So I would recommend that you just talk to your spirit guides. Say, hey, y'all. They don't care what you call them. They don't have names. We can give them names if we want to, but they're very, they don't care. They're just here to help and to guide and to serve, So I hope that helps. Yay. Okay. Okay, Diamond. Hey, Diamond. Could I get a reading on finances, please? Business is slow, overwhelmed with bills, on cutoff, trying to manage all or stay afloat until things improve. Good. Okay. I'm glad that your mindset is to stay afloat. Your mindset is to roll with this, right? Let's go ahead and see what is in the cards for you. I want to pull from the Light Seer Tarot. Okay, read on finances. Finances for Diamond in her business, or in their business. Oh, this one fell out. 7 of Cups. Again, 7 of Cups. This is the second time today. So this is where there's that confusion, because there's a lot of options. So here's what I see with you. It's like, okay, I could do this, I could do that, I could do this, I could do that. And but there's not a one clear path yet. So this is the time to be the Hanged Man in the card, and to be patient and to wait for the answers. So because I'm in business for myself and I experience the same things, I think every honest business person will admit that and say that out loud, right? It happens. We have our ups and we have our downs. And so when we get into that place, and now I can speak to you as business person also, right? We get into a place of, okay, stillness, because this is spinning your wheels. This is going nowhere fast, and it is staying in the problem. And so instead, we get into a place of quiet. We go into a meditation. We know that we are the magicians, and that we can manifest whatever it is that we want. And so then we ask our angels and our guides, and I'm going to ask for you right now, what is the next step? What is the clear path? the one thing that I can do towards the solution or towards changing this, right? Because it's inevitable that it's going to change. So let's ask for the next step so that you can start being in the solution and the clarity and not the problem, because you don't want to be in the problem. Okay, next step for Diamond. One easy step. Three of Wands. There it is. So the Three of Wands really does speak to the amazing faculty that is yours called imagination. So this is showing that you are safe from the comfort of your home, that nothing's burning down, everything is. But now it's time to really take advantage of the incubator for all things manifest, right? To go into that quiet imagination and imagine the outcome that you prefer. So we see and we notice, and this is my process too. We see and we notice that, oh, bank account, all right. I notice it, I see it, but I'm not going to get stuck in, this too long, maybe for a second, because we're human. But then we get into this place and it's like, all right, what do I want? What do I see as the vision? How can I step up? How can we serve? How can we make this better? What needs to happen? So that is the first thing that we need to do, is get into that imagination and get into the contemplation of the possibilities. So then we become open and receptive, like the Hanged Man, waiting for the enlightenment, waiting for the obvious next steps, or even just the turnaround, right? And so maybe all that is required is for you to be in a place of seeing everything thriving again, seeing everything growing and thriving, and the bills being paid, and having a prayer. Thank you that I'm paying my bills. I love paying my bills. I know that when I pay the bills, more will come. We live in a universe full of laws. One of them is the law of reciprocity. What goes around comes around, the law of attraction. Whatever we're thinking about, we are growing. So get into the power driver's seat again, knowing that this will turn around. I see it turning around, and not being so stuck in doing, but being in the place of imagining, and therefore you are in the place of manifesting. I'm going to pull one more card and see what comes for you. And that is the Two of Swords. All right. Well, that's how you are now. So just kind of being at an impasse between two things. So wait for the clarity to hit you, like the Hanged Man, and it will. And the clarity will come when you're quiet. That's what it always comes for me. You're doing something completely different, washing dishes, folding socks, grocery shopping, and then all of a sudden, out of the blue, you hear something, you see something, you remember something, and then those are your psychic downloads to give you the guidance to the next steps. So know that you're not alone. Call on your spirit guides. All is not lost. These are those opportunities for us to stretch and grow. Yay! Don't we just love the stretching and growing? It's like, please, can you just let me just not do that? Okay, so Sup says it's very true. Much needed to hear that. Hope it doesn't last forever. Oh, no. Your turnaround will be really quick. Instead of looking at the what is, look at the potential and the possibility and grow that. Okay. So this one, we're feeding the monster. This one, we feed the promise, right? Yay. Okay, how can I get my energy back? Or is that just the way it is right now? I see you in the Hanged Man. I do see you in the Hanged Man, and it's okay. There's a season for everything, guys. And when you need to rest and when you need to just recuperate and just be in your imagination of what you want, then that is creating miracles. And so in our society, we think that we need to action step, do, 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 do. But before we move our feet, we have to be clear. We have to feel resolute. We have to feel inspired, and then it's easy. Then it's easy to move our feet. We know exactly what to do. So take advantage of these times where you're in that hanged man position, and have that patience, knowing that the revelations, the answers, the clarity is happening. It's coming. All right. So just know that it's temporary and it too will shift. All right. And then we have the Nine of Pentacles for you as the outcome, the last card out of this. So I just wanted to keep helping you with this. I don't like leaving on a, one of those like darker kind of cards, like, oh, you're at an impasse, like, duh, we know that. So the Nine of Pentacles talks about, here's your lesson: slow and steady wins the race. There's a snail crawling across the grass here of this self-made person, of this person who has created a life that she loves on her own terms. I used to call this, I still do call it the Martha Stewart card. A lot of my younger clients call it the Beyonce card, right? So it's when you're really tapped into who you are and what you give, and you're growing your garden, and sometimes your garden needs extra water, or sometimes it's, not as flourishing. It's going to come back. It always comes back, but slow and steady wins the race. Okay. There you go. Okay, keep picturing it, Diamond. You need to keep picturing it and not focusing on the what is. So your mantra, I want to help you with this. I just do, because I think a lot of people are in the same place, okay, is thank you for thank you for the income. Okay, Spirit, make it rain. Make it rain. I'm here to receive, right? And so we get into a place of total receptivity. We open up our arms. There is a meditation that I do called the Big Dipper, and I did this when I was a kid in high school. I lived up in Mariposa, which is by Yosemite, with my grandparents, and the night sky is amazing, right? And so one of my favorite things to do would to be lay on top of the roof of my grandma's car and just stare at the stars, and they're like in my face. And I noticed one summer night, beautiful there with the crickets chirping and it's just gorgeous. The Big Dipper, the constellation is right over me. And then I started to cry, and I thought, oh my God, that's the hand of God. And he's got his Big Dipper, and he's just flowing out his blessings on me. He's flowing out these blessings on me. And I'm just going to receive, receive, receive. I'm not going to get stuck in the what is. I'm just going to be in receptivity mode and know that the intelligence of God or divine intelligence, the universe, whatever term you give it, is so much stronger and smarter than us. And it knows, and it's benevolent, and it's really good, and it's only responding to what we're asking for and putting out. So if we're putting out, oh my God, I'm broke, oh my God, you're going to get more of that. So we can look at the what is and go, okay, I see that, I accept it. For now, I know it's going to change, and this is what I want instead. Thank you, God, for making it rain. Thank you, God, for paying my bills. Thank you, God, for boosting up my business. Show me what I need to do. I'm here to serve, right? And then boom, all the doors open. Guaranteed, every time. You have always been taken care of, and you always will be, okay? And it's just going to get better and better, and you're going to get better at doing this process so that those periods are going to be shorter and smaller until they're gone, and then you're only in a place of sustainable abundance all the time. Okay. All right. Diamond says, blessings. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yes, that's why we're here. Okay. All right, guys. I think I have answered all the questions. And I hope I served you well. And it's 3 o'clock. We did a whole hour. This is awesome. So join me here next Tuesday and then sign up, be a subscriber because I'm going to do some special things. Like maybe I was thinking about doing a happy hour tarot on Fridays, definitely the healing circle on Sundays, and then whatever else Spirit wants to do so that we can create this tribe and this community and really lean on each other for support and inspiration and goodness. Okay. So sign up. So that way you'll know when we're doing other things. And then you can also chat in the community here on YouTube and let me know your thoughts. Like, what would you like to see happen here? This is our community and we can do whatever the heck we want, right? All right, guys. So until I see you next time, take excellent care of yourself. Know that Spirit most definitely has your back. You are amazing. Remember your inner brilliance and shine that love out from your heart onto yourself and onto the world, knowing that the world really needs it right now. All right. So be a blessing, be bold, be strong, and know that you've got this and Spirit really, really has your back. Okay. Peace and blessings to all of you. I'll see you soon. Take good care.